Before sunrise, the jungle trembled. Not from thunder, but from drums, their echoes reverberating between the roots and the stone, a language older than words. The air was thick with mist, clinging to the branches like secrets, and every leaf listened. On opposite riverbanks, two tribes stood face-painted, spears gripped, hearts pacing like hunted animals. They weren't fighting for land or gold, nothing so grand. This grudge was older, born from bloodlines, etched into bone, passed down like a ritual. There were no kings to lead them, no banners to rally around, only the ghosts of generations past. And then there was silence, heavy and pregnant, broken only by the pounding of drums and the measured beat of feet on soft earth. It was a symphony of hostility, a prelude to violence conducted by the shadows. No words were shouted, not one. For here, under this emerald canopy, battles were fought with eyes, with stares that could pierce the morning mist, with expressions that spoke volumes without uttering a sound. Eyes met across the fog, cold and hard like flint. These were men who knew war not from stories, but from living it. Their gazes were weapons honed through years of raids and reprisals, each look a threat, each blink a dare. Children had been warned of this moment, clutching their mothers' skirts, listening to tales of two tribes locked in an eternal dance of death. Elders feared it would return, this day when the rivers ran red and the jungle echoed with screams. But now it stood breathing before them, tangible and terrible. This was war not with flags, but with fire in the veins. One tribe moved first, not with a charge, but a formation. Tight, silent, and deadly, the product of seasons spent training under the watchful eyes of the moon. They didn't scream war cries, didn't brandish shields. They advanced like predators, trained by the shadows, disciplined by the night. Each step was a testament to their unity, their bodies moving as one, their breaths mingling in the pre-dawn air. Their opponents responded, mirrors in motion, feet silent on the yielding soil, arrows notched without sound. They knew this terrain like they knew their own pulse, every vine, stone, and bird cry. They understood what the jungle allowed and what it punished. And then the first blow landed. Not with the clang of steel, but the thud of bone. Bone shaped into blade, honed by countless hands over countless years, dipped in the blood of their ancestors, thirst for vengeance. Blood hit the earth, warm and sweet, and the jungle responded not with silence, but with wind. Trees bent, leaves scattered, and nature watched intently as if holding its breath. The clash erupted like a tempest unleashed. Spears flashed, shields clashed, and the air grew heavy with the coppery temps of blood. The rhythm of combat pounded in the chest, driving the dancers into a frenzy. They fought not just with skill, but with the ferocity born from generations of hate. Every thrust, every parry, every gasp and grunt resonated with the drums, echoing the ancient song of war. But above the din of battle, a sound cut through like a shard of glass, the war cry of a single warrior. He fell back, stumbling away from the chaos, his eyes wide, his breath ragged, fear pulling at his throat. Recognition cracked the fury in his gaze. It was a cousin taken long ago in a raid, a brother lost to the enemy. And in that instant, the forest seemed to hold its breath. Then slowly, like the turning of the tide, others followed suit. Spears lowered, breaths caught in chests. The war paused, not from weakness, but because instinct overruled rage. They saw themselves in each other, not enemies, but survivors. Children of the same roots, the same sky, the same wounds passed through generations like smoke. The drums faltered, their rhythm broken, their song unfinished. On both sides, warriors stared, disbelief etching lines on their faces, the weight of generations pressing down. The jungle, too, seemed to sigh, the wind rustling through the leaves as if whispering tales of futility. Slowly, step by step, blades dropped, heavy with the burden of their ancestors' sins. The silence that followed wasn't peaceful, but profound. It was the silence of realization, of understanding dawning in the heart. The jungle didn't end the war, memory did. In that clearing bathed in the pale light of dawn, two tribes laid down their arms, not because they were tired, not because they were weak, but because the thirst for vengeance was drowned out by the rising tide of recognition. It was an awakening not born of defeat, but of clarity. As the sun broke through the trees, painting the clearing in hues of gold and green, no victor stood, only people, breathless and humbled, realizing that peace felt heavier than battle. Word spread like wildfire through the emerald labyrinth. The war drums fell silent, replaced by the murmur of elders and the cautious optimism of youth. It wasn't a treaty, not yet, but it was a start, a tentative step towards the unknown realm of peace. Years turned into decades, wars into memories, and the tale of the silent ceasefire became a legend whispered around campfires. It spoke not of bravery in battle or cunning strategies, but of the quiet courage to lay down arms and confront the ghosts of the past. If this ancient moment stirred something within, if you felt the pulse of forgotten wisdom and the cost of inherited war, then like, comment, and subscribe to The Forgotten Path, where real legends still bleed and breathe, waiting to be unearthed.